Wasabi forever. Stand for something. We appreciate the blessing, bro. Let's go.
Ain't trying to bite it, we create it, then we ride it. We know our wave is seismic and you really can't deny it. We just keep on soaring higher, you would swear it's autopilot. Then you realize tone and shift and made a living off a fly. We are the wave and it's bigger than the moment. It's a movement that's progressing like the truck stick on opponents. It's time to stake our claim, it's time to bring the pain. We're battle tested, now it's time to show it ain't a game. It's time to make a lane, a different vibe, another wave. We're known for killing, shoot, even help them pick their graves. We're breaking free of chains and running towards the day. Like the victories in plain sight, we're taking flight to reach heights. These boys is tired of waiting, tired of playing, time to go. This vibe's been percolating, gaining steam to explode. Built in anticipation, maybe time to reload. We paid our dues, now we're coming back to repo. We kicking doors, we ain't got no time for peepholes. We keep evolving for our family and our peoples. Ain't playing fair in this game, we just some cheat codes. We are the wave and our hurricanes on beast mode.
Welcome to Waves of the Bay with DJ Spaceship and Chocophone.
All right, what's going on, world? It's your boy Tone Capone. I'm holding it down, Tampa, Florida, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Waves of the Bay podcast. Which this is actually going to be episode number 8 right here, and we got the homie here, man. Somebody I haven't seen in a while that's just been making moves and rebranding and all kinds of things when it comes to the music business. So pretty much the whole reason why we're here is because we get a chance to tell the stories that we don't on our FM radio show. And there's a lot of talent out here in Tampa Bay that needs to be touched on. You know, a lot of people that need to have their stories told. And that's the reason why we have the Waves of the Bay podcast. So once again, I am Tone Capone. Shout out to DJ Spaceship. He's chilling out there in orbit right now, handling business. And, you know, I want to say thank you for taking time out to speak with me. We have the amazing T.R.U.E right here on the podcast. So, T.R.U.E, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm so excited to be here. You and I go way back, so I'm happy to see the things that you're doing, and yeah, excited.
I'm excited too, and it's crazy how far we go back because it's just like time flies. Like seriously, like I think what are we like 5-6 years in right now, probably?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So much has changed.
That is crazy. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with that though. I met you under a completely different name, completely different stage name, and you know now we are talking with T.R.U.E. So I want to know first off, what's the meaning of T.R.U.E?
True. Well, it stands for Total Raw Unfiltered Expression, and I struggled with the name change, with the rebranding, but kind of disappeared from the music scene for a good minute, the 5 or 6 years or so. And when I came back, I wanted an artist name that really embodied what I do, and what my music stands for. And so when I came up with T.R.U.E and then the acronym to take it a step further, it just really fit. So.
And I'm gonna be saying true to like all of your statements today too, so I already know what's coming. I apologize in advance, but no, facts though. But let me ask you this though, because sometimes like when it comes to rebranding, it's like a completely change of pace, like a step away from everything. So as an artist, do you feel like you're different than what j.elise was, or how do you feel like putting music out right now?
I actually think, and please excuse my dogs if you hear my dogs, I got a door closed,
Hey,
but
true.
um, no, I actually think that the rebranding is more true to who I am. When I first came out, I think I was I guess more audience focused, about pleasing the masses influences and making music in that sense, and not really staying true to myself, my authentic self, my essence. Stripping down into just like the lyrics and the music, with my piano, playing piano to my tracks. So I think that the rebranding has actually like helped me to step into who I want to be as an artist, who I already see myself as an artist. And gives me the ability to not really be in a box, and when you think about like total raw unfiltered expression, that could be anything. I
Hmm.
can go and do hip hop, I can go and do R&B, soul, I can do jazz, and I just have this love for music that's a wide variety, like diverse set of skills, that I think that the rebranding enables me to do that. So.
Dope, dope, dope. So, did you think of any other names before True?
Oh
Give
yeah.
me a few. Give me a few. Give me a few names that didn't make the cut, yo.
uh, I think Phoenix. A lot of it was I was thinking about names that resembled rebirth. So
Hmm.
Phoenix, or I thought about just going with jazz, what most people call me, and I think there was somewhere in there like Emerald. Um, there were other acronyms that didn't work out. It was a tumultuous process.
That's what's up, yo. So, all right. So now we're going by True. Now we're getting back to the music. During that downtime, like when you were, I guess, putting music together or writing, like, were you still? Well, I guess I kind of answered my own question. Were you still trying to pursue music in that downtime, or what were you doing, like music related?
I mean, to be honest, in my personal life, I had a lot of growth. Um, I went through a lot of suffering and trauma and um, mental health, instability, depression, anxiety, um, and music has always been a part of me. It's always been the goal. It's always been the passion, and not just for myself, but I think that music is healing. Everything that I write is about the impact that it can have on even just one person in the audience. If I can connect with you, I could reach your soul. Be be the words, be the music that maybe you can't find yourself. Like that's the whole reason why I do what I do, because that's what it's been for me. Everybody has that song, they hear on the radio when they're going through something and it hits,
Oh yeah.
it hits to their core, and like that's exactly what you needed to hear. That's the whole purpose of what I do, why I do what I do. So when I took a step back, I continued writing. I have like over 50 songs just sitting, waiting to be produced, waiting to be shared, with the world. So I never stopped writing, but during that time, I wasn't performing. I was just hustling, working. I started a new job, working up the ladder, and
Hmm.
then just working on myself, and getting closer with connection with my faith, um, with myself, with my relationships, my family. So yeah, really working on me so that I can be the best person I can be in every facet of my life, in my music, in my relationships, and so on. So
So what was it that called you back to music then? Like to actually start and pursue it again?
I think the belief that other people had in me. Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be straight up. I struggled. I For a while I blamed the music scene on some of my struggles with alcohol and drug usage.
Hmm.
Um, And so I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic, and I've got about a year and a half sober today.
Good.
And
Congrats.
thanks, thank you. And so that was another big reason why I stepped away. And so once I had a good amount of time under my belt, so last February, I'd say about a year ago, I wasn't a year sober yet, but I was feeling more sane, and people talking to me about my music and telling me I should get back out there. And so after doing all that work, I wasn't really afraid anymore of what would happen if I got back into the music scene, and
Hmm.
would I be able to stick to my own commitments, and continue working a program while doing this. And
Being
I
around
just
all of
went for
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so far it's been great. I have a fellowship that supports me. I have people outside of the fellowship that completely support what I'm doing. And I'm not living my life from a place of fear. It's
Hmm.
coming from a place of love. And so that's what brought me back, is the belief that people had in me, and I also felt that I was in a stable place where I could be around the things that used to control my life. And now I know how to cope with those things. And
Yeah,
I
that's
manage.
amazing. Like my homie down in St. Pete, he goes by Rival, and Rival's man, hip hop artist, one of the dopest out of St. Pete, man. But he's also, I want to say he's like 12 years clean now. So like when he first came out and started doing his thing, like people came out and supported him, and he has fans in all 50 states because of that. In addition to him being dope, like the connections you make from other people that's trying to get through it is something that's strong. So. I congratulate you on that for real. When you I guess when
Thank
everything hit
you.
the fan, like was it the first time, or like was there like a moment where you just knew that you had to completely just focus on yourself and step away from alcohol and everything else?
It was not the first time. It was the first time that I ever said, like, "Oh, I have a problem." But
Hmm.
I think the biggest change was when I realized that I couldn't go on stage and perform and do my thing unless I was under the influence of something.
Yeah.
And when it no longer became about just the music and everything that I believe it stands for, and I couldn't connect to it the way that I used to. That's when it was like, okay, this needs to be addressed. And even then, I mean, that's when I took a step back from music. But even then,
Hmm.
it's like I said, I've only been sober a year and a half, so I had to reach a bottom, um, you know, and to be able to really come to my senses and make a decision, because no one else could have led me there. No one else could convince me.
Nah.
You have to be ready. You have to be ready and willing to change. So it was a combination of multiple things, but when I stepped away from music, it was that moment when I realized that I felt like my music wasn't good enough unless I was under the influence, ridden, like got rid of my anxiety, and I felt like that was the best way that I could perform.
Hmm.
And today, like part of being true, like total raw unfiltered, that's everything. Like
Hmm.
not inebriated, my authentic self, and how I walk in life and in my music. So
Yeah, you're living free.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's cool,
it's a great
man.
feeling.
Yeah, I can imagine, yo. Like that sounds so fulfilling is what the word would probably be right now. Like honestly, and like not to focus on the bad, but like I'll give you a story from myself just on some music shit. I don't even know if you knew I did music. It's been so long now. Like I met a lot of people just hosting stuff, but I remember the
No,
first time I moved to Tampa. I've been in Tampa for almost 16 years now. So I came down here, started on the music grind, met a whole lot of people, and I'm the type that doesn't really burn bridges. So I still got a lot of connections from back then, but I gave up on music because I was just over it, man. I felt like it was just like a rat chase almost, like I'm spinning wheels and not going anywhere. And I'm just like, man, I'm over it. And then I think it was one Mother's Day, right after I met wifey, I let her hear some of my music, and I made a song for my mom, and her auntie heard it, and she's like, "Why isn't Tony doing anything with this?" And I'm just like, "Why ain't I doing anything with this? Like, man, why don't I give it another try?" And then that was like 11 years ago now. So like everything that I've been on and been doing like since then has been all because of that moment right back then. So to hear you come back to it, it just shows how much you love it and the passion that you have for it. So I commend you on that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad I'm glad that you had that moment so that you could come back. Because I mean, yeah, I didn't know that you did music, but like your hosting back in the day, like it provided me opportunities, and even to
Yeah.
this day. And I don't know, I just I always knew, like I firmly believe that like my purpose on this earth is to make music,
Hmm.
is to reach lives, make music. Um, it's not just a hobby. Like this is the end all be all. This is it. Whatever I got to do, to make it. And um, I know it's amazing how like things have kind of fallen into place and doors are opening. Um, with my spiritual. I mean, I don't put it all up to that, but I mean, I don't want to be scared to talk about my spirituality. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like
Don't be.
that's just my belief. You
Yeah.
know, that's just my belief, and I believe that once I you know had a stronger connection that and started not trying to control everything and not have expectations and not be so attached to an outcome and just do like what I feel I'm meant to do, whatever my soul is leading me to. Doors have opened up, and so
Hmm.
that's how I know that this is what I'm meant to be doing.
Yeah. And that's how it happens. That's usually how everything unfolds. Like when you're doing right, like blessings come to you, and then what I've learned is that every blessing is not yours too. So sometimes you have to pass that blessing on to other people, and that's a lot. That's a major key. A lot of people are missing out on right there. And I drop some knowledge here and there for y'all. So, but
Yes,
nah.
share
So
what is freely given to you.
you got to. So when it comes to music, I know you're coming back into the pursuit of everything. So for somebody that hasn't heard you before, can you describe your sound or you as an artist?
Yeah, definitely. I've been equated to artists such as Lauryn Hill. Um, I mean, with the Keys, it's hard not to think of Alicia
Uh
Keys.
huh. Uh huh.
you know. But all of my music is very thought provoking, um, soul deepening. I talk about real shit. Like there's my I have an EP that's out, and when I wrote the songs to that EP, it was years prior, and I just released it last
Hmm.
May. That's called Naked Truth. And there are some songs on there that are definitely I guess more pop. But the music that I'm writing and that I'm working on for this next album, I would definitely say is more R&B soul, with like hints of hip hop, hints of jazz, but definitely R&B soul all the way. Um,
Okay.
and like I said, real shit. We're talking. I talk about. I've sang about my addiction. I've sung about my relationships. Uh, you know, bad breakups, affairs, like you name it, and
Hmm.
all kinds of stuff. And so I don't know. I think that if you're looking to be put on a journey and be taken on a journey and not just this sometimes I'm the music nowadays on the radio, like it's just I don't know. To me, it's the lyrics aren't. No, they're not. They're not raw. They're not deep. They're not. Uh, they're fun to dance to, right? They're catchy. They're appealing. Like
Hmm.
I love all the songs, but I want something that's gonna move me. I want something that's gonna make me feel, something that's gonna make me cry, something that's gonna make me laugh. Something that like music was in the '90s, like people talking
Hmm.
about real shit. And I think that's like what people crave today. Like I can't be the only one who's looking for this, who wants to hear this. Like it's not all about money, pussy, weed, man. Like
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I would say. Is if you're looking to be taken on a journey, R&B, soul, that's how I would describe my music.
I'm going to use that right there as the clip for how to get everybody ready for this episode right here. We're talking with True R&B soul artist. I've known her for a little bit, man. It's crazy how fast time flies, and this man, there's so many things I want to ask you right now. I'm just trying to keep them all together in my head. So let me ask you about this. I know you said you had all these songs that you've already written are ready to go. What are you doing with those?
Well, so there are about ten of those that I'm working on now, hoping to release an album in the next month or so.
Okay.
So we've been working hard over these last couple months on a few tracks. So those will be released, and then I already have plans for two more albums after that. So I've got a vision for the names, for the concepts. Each of my albums has like a theme. So this album coming up called Codependence Memoir, and that should say a lot just by the title, right? Like Codependence
Yeah.
Memoir. And so everything has a theme. And so the next album I'm thinking will be like 15 or so tracks, and then the album after that, I'd like to release like a Christian album. That'll be like 10 or 11 songs. And the rest, I hope to release as singles. So that's the plan right now.
Have you written brand new Christian songs?
Brand new? Yeah. Man, maybe within the last 6 months, I'd consider the newest for
Dope.
Christian. Yeah.
Oh, I get tired of hearing the same old songs. I know you probably feel the same way. Like, yo, like we can't be singing the
Yeah.
same songs I sung when I was back like 9 years old and stuff, man. But let me ask you this: Do you write all your music then?
All my music I write. Um, I've done collaborations, with other
Hmm.
artists. Been in situations where an artist already has a beat, they already have instrumentation, and they just need lyrics and melody. So I've done that. I've worked with other people who have lyrics, but they don't know how to maybe orchestrate it into the song and make it fit with a melody. So I've done that. But all of my music, all strictly written by me. There are only a couple that don't have base like foundation of piano
Hmm.
that I like to give my producers, some creative room so that they could create and have that I don't know, that free space to do that and express themselves how they'd like. But mostly everything is piano based, and all my music, all my lyrics.
That's dope too. I've ran across more than a few like R&B singers that don't write all their lyrics, and I can kind of understand it because if you can sing, it's different. But when you're putting a project together, you want to put your touches on it. You want people to feel you and be able to take something back from you. And I feel like that you're only going to be able to accomplish that from writing it yourself. Although, if you get a dope writer, like Babyface or like somebody like that, that's a game
Right.
changer too. But I would say the majority of the music needs to be from you. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I've struggled with the thought of, what would happen if I got signed? are they gonna try to, give me somebody, like give me a writer and try to, write all my stuff for me? I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. I've thought about that. I've considered that, but I really think that, um, you know, if it's meant for me, to blow up, I believe it is. But I have no control over those things. I can control a little bit, put myself out
Hmm.
there, have interviews, make albums, make music. Sometimes it's just about being in the right place at the right time, knowing the right people. But um, I'd like to continue writing my own stuff, unless I got like
Yeah.
Neo as my ghostwriter or something.
Right. Right.
You know.
Like, hey, maybe. All right, I think I'll check this out. Maybe. But nah, I mean, that's the facts about FM radio. And, like me working on the community side of FM radio is completely different. We get to play whatever we want to. They don't really tell us anything we have to play. It just needs to be clean. But, as opposed to, the 95.7s and 94.1s, they have a set list of music that they can only play from. They don't get any leeway with that. And it's just a completely different ball game. So that's why, like, when it comes to the music you hear on the radio is completely different than the music that's actually out there. With that being said, like, is getting signed the goal for you, or do you want to be like independent?
Ooh, that's a good question. I, my therapist asked me this recently because she was like, Jazz, I don't think you're thinking big enough. What is your plan next? And so far, my plan has been get back into music, release my album. That's as
Hmm.
far as I've gotten. And she's like, well, if you think bigger, like, you talk about speaking into existence and, attracting what you want and all that good stuff, like, who would you want to sign you? So, she brought up a
Hmm.
good point. And so I've been doing some research, researching like the artists that I like, that I think have been, um what what's the word I'm looking for? Like have stood the test of time, right?
Hmm.
Are timeless, and have evolved with as the years go on and continue to put out their product but remain true to themselves. What labels are they under? And like researching those and trying to get an idea. Um, to be independent would be amazing,
Right.
But I think I like to stay open minded when it comes to that, just see what kind of opportunities come my way.
All right. Now I know
But
you
the
said
goal is
you're
to get out there.
nah for sure. You got the talent to do it, man. And honestly, it's all about the branding because you don't want anybody to take ownership of True but you. You know what I'm saying? And True can go so many different directions too. Like, even in this conversation, I know we're going to talk about music, but I didn't know about anything else we were going to get into. And, I appreciate you being open for sharing things as well.
Yeah, of course. I think that well, most of the comments that I get, after a gig, usually like, thank you for being vulnerable. Like,
Hmm.
thank you for sharing your heart and your soul with us. It gave me permission, or it gave me the courage to be that myself. So yeah, what you see here today is exactly what you get on the stage. That vulnerability, that authenticity, just it's embedded in me. It's my nature. So I'm happy to share.
Explain, explain to me your return to the stage.
Well, I reached I reached out to you actually and was asking about, hey, are you still doing like any segments, hosting anything?
Hmm.
And you had given me the flyer for the shuffle. So I started going to the shuffle hosted by Wave Theory,
Hmm.
and I remember Mike Nass from all those years ago as well. I remember his
Vicious.
name.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Spectacular, highly
Yeah.
intelligent, incredible dude, very talented. And so I just started going there like every other week, getting back into the habit of getting on the mic on their open mic, doing some songs, doing some spoken word. Um, that was, it's been a minute for the spoken word too, and I I like to give a little taste of my spoken word on my albums. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I once I started performing like every other week, um, getting to know the people that run it, like DJ D Faz and Mike Nass and K3, and getting to know these people, I asked one day, I was just like, hey, how do you feel about me being a featured artist? And, it was like a month or so, and then Mike approached me and we made it happen. So my first performance as a featured artist was at the Shuffle, um, mid-January, sorry, this January. And then my last gig was at First Chance, Last Chance. So really, Wave Theory has played an instrumental part in just like getting me back up there as a featured artist, as a headliner, with the gigs and that they're providing me. So I'm so grateful to them. I'm happy to be a part of the team. They're really great people, and we share the same vision, right? With what we want to do. So I'm super excited about
That's
what's to
dope,
come with them.
man. I like to hear about connections I'm able to make for people, so that's dope right there.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, thank you, thank you. Were you nervous when you hit the stage?
Of course, but um,
Are you always nervous when you hit the
uh,
stage?
well, here's the thing about nervousness, right? So a friend of mine pointed out to me. He's a life coach,
Hmm.
and he he asked me one day, he's like, explain to me where you feel nervousness or nerves in your body. And I explained it to him. In my stomach, in my chest, like butterflies, or my heart's beating fast.
Hmm.
Okay, explain to me where you feel excitement in my stomach, in my chest, right? So nervousness, excitement, they feel the same for me, anyways. I feel it in the same places in my body. So I think it's just about mindset, really, like a shift of perspective. Instead of telling myself, "Oh, I'm nervous. I'm so nervous." No, no, Jazz, you're excited. You're excited. That's all it is.
Right.
Um, so, I mean, the very, very first time, yeah, but it's when I get up there, it's like everything melts away. I don't, like I see you in the audience, but I don't see you. Like I'm lost. You ever
You're
seen
in
that
your
movie
zone.
Soul?
Yeah, you're in that spot.
Where you I'm in that spot. I'm there.
Word. That's funny right there. I love it, man. I love it. So, all right, this is the Waves of the Bay podcast. We're speaking with R&B soul artists. We have True speaking with us tonight. I got to ask you a question about this versus battle. 'Cause I know you're a soul head. So we got Music Soul Child versus Anthony Hamilton coming up. Who are you going to pick in that one?
Ooh, that is so
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah. Ain't no ties either. Don't hit me with that response. You got to pick one.
Oh, no, I think I gotta go with Music Soul Child.
Why?
Yeah. Um, I don't know because even though like they're both incredible and I love their music, my initial reaction was like the first song that popped into my head was a song by Music Soul Child. So it's like maybe I'm more connected to him as an artist, but I mean it's Music Soul Child. Like I don't know. They're it's hard to compete, but if I had to choose, that's who I choose.
What's the song that popped into your head?
Aim with you.
Oh wow, okay. You wasn't even thinking one of the okay. I was thinking you was
Nope.
thinking that note
No.
and love. That's the first thing that popped into my head, but I won't even try to hit you with it. But wifey hates it when I try to, because it's one of them songs that comes on. It's like you're gonna have to sing that part, and it's like, yeah, I wish I could sing. No, I feel like he's gonna get him too. Like I'm more, yeah, I guess I could say I'm more of a Music Soul Child fan than Anthony Hamilton. Not taking anything away from Anthony Hamilton, but music has some, like maybe it's the time when it came out, man. But like he has some albums that are connect. Like the first three albums are like ingrained in life. Like
Yeah.
like majorly. So yeah, music. I love the Versus series.
Okay, okay.
Do you keep up with that stuff?
No, no. I'm
Really?
gonna have to watch it though to see who wins.
You should. You should. They keep putting, and it's not even really a competition. Honestly, it's more like a celebration. So each artist will play 20 tracks versus the other artist 20 tracks, and they sit up there, chop it up sometimes, and do it like that. But yeah, that's the next one coming up. It's coming up on the 15th of February, so right after Valentine's Day. So check that out for
Cool,
sure.
cool.
You're gonna love that one. I know me and Spaceship are always thinking about different combinations to put together. So I want to actually quiz you. And it's even better now since you don't know what it is and you're not familiar with it. So I want to know like your straight opinions when it comes to these questions. So let me see here. I had to write down a
All right.
couple of these ones. The one we've been clamoring for the longest is Mary J. Blige versus Mariah Carey. So if those two were to go 20 songs for 20 songs, who would you pick?
Oh,
I'm gonna hurt you. You're
are we
gonna have
talking?
some tough questions the next couple moments here, so I apologize in advance, yo.
That's okay. Are we talking like old Mariah Carey?
We're
Like,
talking about overall. Like at this point, we could take into all the years, all everything.
I don't know. See, I'm a little upset with Mariah Carey after that New Year's debacle. I guess I'm still holding on to a resentment.
She's still getting money though. Every Christmas, she's still getting
She's
money
still
though.
getting money. Yep. Oh no. You know what? I
Mm.
think Mariah has more hits, man. Yeah.
What?
I don't
Mariah?
know. I don't.
Okay. Okay.
But you know what? Like her Music Box album, I listened to that album on repeat. There weren't that many songs from that album that were hits on the radio, but
Mm-hmm.
um, like that's the Mariah Carey that I love, from that time. Not so much her E equals MC squared or anything like that.
Okay.
Um, maybe I just haven't kept up with Mary, uh, in recent years, but uh, ugh, I feel like I'm gonna lose fans over this vote.
Hey, there is no wrong answer with this one.
I say Mariah.
I
Yeah,
say you say Mariah too. Now, completely off topic, in a sing off, Mariah or Ariana Grande?
Ariana. Mariah don't
Okay.
got it no more.
Young,
Mm-mm.
let's say prime Mariah.
Ariana. I
Okay.
I still think Ariana. Yeah. I think that she's more effortless. Like it just
Hmm.
seems like it just
She's so
she ain't
small, and
even
it's like
trying,
she's just
and
like,
she's still
yeah.
yeah yeah yeah.
Okay.
I
Me and
can't
wifey
hit
have
them
this
enough.
conversation all the time. So, what's another one I got here? And ooh, I don't think you're ready for that one. I don't think you're ready for that one. Let me hit you with this one. Missy versus Busta Rhymes.
No, you didn't. You can't.
I told you. I warned you in advance. I'm sorry. I got questions.
So hard. Ah, got a special place for Missy. I was just listening to Lose Control in my car the other day. Showed up on my iPod. I was like, and I remember that music video too. Like that
Baby
music
girl knows
video
the
was
dances,
insane.
and she's 6 years
Oh
old.
my. Good. I'm glad you're showing her some
Right,
old school
right.
music. Um, but Missy Busta's at least like featured on a few things, in these last few years.
He
And
just put out a
he's
new
just,
project last year.
yeah. And his flow is just insane.
Hmm. That delivery, the stage game, the videos.
Uh, I'm gonna have to say Busta. I'm gonna have to say Busta on this one.
Okay, you 0 for 2 with me. That's cool. That's cool. Moving on. Hmm. I'm gonna get you one more here. All of these are tough. All of these are tough. All right, you're from New York originally, right?
Yep.
Okay, I remember that. Let's go ahead and hit you with the whammy, and I'm pretty sure I know who you're gonna pick. But let's go with Jigga versus Nas.
Uh,
It's a
I
it's a tough
can't answer this
question.
one.
You
I
got
can't.
to. That's the only wrong answer right there is not answering. You gotta answer.
I'm gonna say Nas.
Okay, okay. Why?
I mean, to be honest, I've kept up more with Nas,
Yeah.
so maybe I'm not as educated to give a solid answer, which I'm a little ashamed about. So now after this call, I'm gonna go listen.
You know, go back through the catalog.
Go back through and see what I really think. But
Hey, if I can
no.
inspire a mind, then I've done my job today. But nah, for real, like between those two, I would pick. Damn, that is tough, yo. I would have to pick Jay. I would have to pick Jay, but but that's more on the respect status than anything. Like I connect more with Nas, and I listen to Nas more than I listen to Jay. But between the two, I will give Jay his respect because Jay has an amazing catalog, yo. Like like a catalog that's really second to none. Like honestly, but
Mm,
yeah, that dude Nas, man, especially the last few albums. I don't know if you've been keeping up like that, but all the Hit Boy albums have been fire,
yeah.
like straight fire. And yeah, Nas is that dude. Plus, the wave game and everything. I had to bring it back in honor for him. So he's one of the wave goats when it comes to that. So we are chopping it up with R&B soul artist T.R.U.E right here on the Waves of the Bay podcast. If you weren't doing music, nah, let me not even hit you with that. What's something that you haven't done yet that you want to try?
mm, haven't done yet, as in like pursuing, like as a passion, or just something fun that
I'll
I
I'll
want to
let you
do.
decide.
Well, I mean, the arts in general, all the arts. Um, my spoken word, acting. I went to school for musical theater. So, like the OG dream was Broadway. Like that was the original dream. And then it was, just trying to figure out, uh, well, okay, if I had to pick one that's gonna give me the opportunity to get into the other things that I want to do, what would
Hmm.
it be? And then it was like, okay, well, I chose music, but I miss acting. Um, I miss improv. I miss spoken word, like competing spoken word. When I was a youth poet and I was traveling for that, that was fun. I love to cook. Like I want to open a food truck one day, a keto food truck.
Mm.
from my
Plenty
keto
money in
levels.
that right now.
Yes, yes. I did keto for a year, and I learned so much, and I got creative, and so I love to cook. So I was thinking keto food truck, and then there are other instruments that I want to play. I want to learn the sax. I want to learn the cello. Um, I'm working on guitar right now. Trying to get proficient in guitar. Um, so still more arts inspired. I'll take some more dance classes. Maybe I miss contemporary dance. Um, yeah, yeah. I know that's a lot of things. I have a lot of dreams. I'm a big dreamer.
No,
But
that's
it
tight though.
it all has
You're an
to do with
artist and everything's
expression.
creative. Exactly. Exactly, and expressing yourself. So, nah, that lines up with True and who we're speaking with right now. Honestly, like it's about expressing yourself and being free.
Absolutely.
So, what do you think you're going to need to get to that next level?
Um, I think more exposure. Um, not just within Tampa Bay. Traveling to other cities, getting on top of my social media game.
Hmm.
Being more consistent. 'Cause that's just how our society has been moving, the direction our society has been moving. We've got TikTok, TikTok famous. Everybody's about TikTok. Got IG
That's ridiculous.
live. It
Hmm.
is, it is, and it's uh, um, like I don't, which is why I was happy to be working with Wave Theory because it's well, and start making connections because I don't know how to formulate an entire schedule, or these are gonna be my 15-second segments and my 60-second segments, and now they got 3 minutes, and keeping up with everything. So consistency with my social media, traveling to new cities, um, and promoting my albums. I gotta say, it was a learning curve releasing Naked Truth back in May. Um, I didn't do I could have done better when it comes to promoting my music.
Hmm.
I think getting in front of more people is how we're gonna get to the next step because I think the music speaks for itself. I know my vibe, my essence. Um, that somebody's looking for me. There was this episode of T-Pain and he was, I guess he does a podcast or something. I saw it on Instagram, and he was listening to somebody's song, and he stopped. He was like, "Stop, stop, stop, people! We need real music. Make something new. God damn it!" Like he was
Hmm.
upset. He was upset, and I was like, "T-Pain, I'm right here." You know what I'm saying?
You better ride up to
So.
Tallahassee.
um, So, I mean, I think that's it. We're with Wave Theory, we're planning on going to different cities. They just got back from Anaheim, before I joined. So there's
Hmm.
definitely opportunity there to get noticed, to network with other people.
Dope, dope. Do you have any collabs in the store or in the works on the new music coming up?
Collaboration with other artists? No.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't have anyone featured, um, like I did on the last album. But the producers that I'm working with, so Mike Matt Smooth, he yes, yes,
I love it. That's
he
gonna
does.
be that's perfect for your sound too.
Yep. And we've worked together in the past, and so it was
Hmm.
great reconnecting. And so I love what he's doing on Instagram. He plays the vinyl. See if you can guess.
Hmm.
This song, where it's sampled from, and Um, yeah, so Mike Mansmooth and uh, hit one of his producers. He connected me up with it, Melvin. So those are the two guys on my project right now. I had a friend who's not an artist, who's not pursuing music, play guitar on this one track. But no other collabs on this one. But definitely have some ideas for the album after that. But that's down the line. Let's
Okay.
get this released, and then we'll talk about collaboration.
So let me ask one more question on collaborations, because since you don't really do many with artists, what is it going to take for you to want to link with another artist? What is it that draws them to you?
Um, I mean, usually it's either they're so me looking for someone or them looking for
Let's say
me.
you looking for someone. Like, what is it that catches your eye?
Well, I think that so we don't necessarily have to think the same or have the same values, but if I'm trying to make like deep, like meaningful music with lyrics, that are more than just surface level, and someone else is just, I'm ready to put out like the next hit that's just going to be bumping in the club, then that's not going to work because
Hmm.
that's not true to what I do. So it has to be someone who I hear, um, is on the same, has a similar goal to with their music as with mine. And um, I mean, I've had people reach out to me, rap artists, they don't have to do the same genre at
Hmm.
all. So I think I just have to hear that potential, and I think it just has to speak to my spirit. If whatever they're doing speaks to me, it doesn't have to be anything like blowing me away or anything, but if 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 they're similar to what I stand for, then I think that's a great opportunity for collaboration. But also, like, I want them to be different, right? Like, I don't want somebody that sounds exactly like me,
Hmm.
you know. I want somebody that brings a different flair, different flavor to the track. So I'm totally open to um, doing a song with another female, doing a duet with a male, featuring on a hook or going back and forth, with another rap artist. Um, so I hope that answers the question.
It definitely does. It definitely does. And I'm over here thinking of some collabos in my head, like you and Intellect. Like, I don't know if you know who Intellect is, but she's a dope lyricist, hip hop artist, and like you and her would probably make something magical. Just off the top of my head, like, and I wasn't even thinking about that, but y'all two, that would be pretty hot right there. So I don't know, just
Okay.
stuff. Yeah, dope artist, man. But no, I love it.
Intellect.
I love it. I love hearing the passion. Like once again, especially when kind of the light had kind of dimmed a little bit. Now it's like reheating up for you. So that's always a beautiful thing to see. And yeah, I love to hear about the joy you're finding in performing again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an amazing feeling, and I don't know, I think I forgot what it felt like, and so just getting back up there, it's fulfilling. Yeah, that's like you said earlier. It's fulfilling. It's purpose driven. I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be when I'm up there.
Nice. Well, I want you to let the people know where they can find you at on social media. Go ahead and drop your links and all that stuff for me, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So on IG, SoundCloud, uh, TikTok, I'm Music by True. Um, I have a Facebook fan page, just True. It's not. I just did it.
See, there you go.
It's not. It's not just True. I'm saying it's true. Just the one word. T.R.U.E. It's my Facebook fan page, and then my YouTube. My artist name is T.R.U.E. on YouTube. Should I go ahead and drop where my albums can be found at?
Come
Or
on
or
with
my
it. Come on with it, please.
Yeah. So the EP is called Naked Truth by T.R.U.E. It can be found on Spotify and Pandora are the best bets, the easiest to find right now. You can find it on Apple Music, but if you've been watching this whole episode, got some snags there with the artist assignment, but it's still there. So it can be found on Amazon. Wouldn't recommend YouTube because it's under various artists. I'm not at enough subscribers yet for it to be assigned to me as my own channel, but it is available on any digital platform, really. So definitely look it up. It's 5 songs, easy listen. Just hit like 1,000 streams on Pandora, so I was super excited about that
Right
when I
now.
saw that. Yeah, and yeah. So music by T.R.U.E. Instagram, DM me. If you want to collab, if you want more information about my music, and of course on any of those platforms, all my links to my other social media are there.
I want to ask you, if you're riding around in the car and you're not listening to yourself, who are you listening to?
Well, I gotta be honest. I hate commercials on the radio. So I
Facts.
still have my iPod. I still have my iPod Shuffle from like years ago. And I can't update any music on it because if I put it on my new computer, all the music erases. So I have like 1,200 songs on that thing, and all of it is like Aaliyah, Erykah Badu, T.R.U.E., Lauryn Hill, Biggie, Tupac, Eminem,
You
Missy
got the 90s
Elliott.
playlist on there.
I got the 90s. I got mostly 90s. Some boy band in there. I do have Broadway. I listen to a lot of Broadway. I
Hmm.
pretty much listen to everything but country. I'm still, Chris Stapleton. I like him, but that's mostly what I'm listening to is R&B, Broadway, a lot of the '90s stuff. 'Cause I don't know. That's what I grew up on. That's the stuff that I love to listen to. I gotta listen to some salsa, bachata, reggaeton here and there, of course.
Every
But
holiday,
yeah.
every get together. All the time
Yeah.
over here, man. Do you listen to like any new school like R&B artists?
Um, I don't know. Define new school.
I would
Like,
say 2010 and up, considering you're the old school cat. So maybe like
I mean, yeah,
2015 and up.
yeah. I mean, I'm listening to people who are on the radio mostly from word of mouth. Somebody says, "Hey, have you heard?" But I guess like the who I like today. I love me some Demi Lovato. Um, I listen to a lot of Adele.
That Adele album
Um,
surprised me.
right?
'Cause I figured it was
Oh
gonna be
my
all
gosh.
slow and dim and drab, so I put it off listening to it, and I finally hit play, and I was like, oh, okay, Adele, Adele going there.
Yeah. um, Sam Smith. Um, I love me some JT because to me he's timeless. He's always creating something new, something fresh. Um, I like Dua Lipa. She's good. Um, Janae Aiko. Uh, yeah, that's what's coming to mind right now. I'm sure there's others, but that's like the more recent that's immediate, immediate to my head right now.
I'm gonna have to hit you with this final question just because you just said it, just popped into my head. So, Usher versus Justin Timberlake,
Why you guys do me like that?
because you just because you just put that in my head, and that's going to be how we leave this conversation tonight.
Dang. All right, we're
Mm.
talking in a battle, like, or like their soundtracks against soundtracks,
Let's
like
do.
the work.
Let's just do overall. Overall, taking it. I mean, they're both stage beasts. You know, they both got classics. They both, however you want it, if you want to dance, if you want to slow, like they both got that versatility. So overall, I would say.
Man,
There is a right answer here.
I there is. Text me which one it is so I know. Honestly, um, with Usher, I mean he's done The Voice, he's done the TV shows. I know he's found talent. Um, did he release anything after Here I Stand?
Yeah, he got some new one. I guess it's probably like 2 years, probably like 3 years old now. But like a
Yes,
little EP
I
with
must have missed
Mike
that.
Mike Will made it. I think it was with him. I think.
Okay. And then with JT, I'm just so fascinated and inspired by like, how creative he's gotten and like expanding like what he does in his repertoire. Like, he's producing a lot of the stuff that he's got. You look at that music video, Say Something, like him on the pad, and then just the
That is a
creativity,
dope
and
video.
it's a dope video,
Yeah.
and just the how like it was recorded, and the orchestration, and the ensemble and everything. And so I'm constantly fascinated by the what JT puts out in production, just because I feel like he continues to grow and like challenge new things. And it's like, do you count in sync? Like, do we go all the way to his boy band days? Like, or do we only count his stuff? But if you look at the evolution of like Crimea River, into um like the one that was What Goes Around Comes Around. I forget what the title of the album was for that. Maybe that's what it was. And
Hmm.
then, you know, um, you know, 2020.
2020. Yeah.
I guess I guess JT is my final answer.
Uh,
I'm a little nervous.
that is the wrong answer. But nah, man,
I
you broke it
figured.
down. You broke it down right though. But Usher is just one of them. And I'll preface it like this, man. Me and Wifey actually seen Usher live. So he came to Tampa. We won't even say how many years ago now. I can't even remember. But he came to Tampa. We seen him live. This dude rocked 2.5 hours for us straight, dancing,
Mm.
nothing but classics the
Woo.
entire time. And we're like, by the time it was over, like we wanted more, but he wasn't even. He was ready. He can go more. And I'm over here like, man, this dude got mad classics. So just seeing him, I haven't seen Timberlake, have I? I don't think I've seen Timberlake. I need to see Timberlake live probably, but Usher stage game is just so vicious, man. And if you think about like how many decades of hits he has, that's why I'd have to go with Usher. Yeah.
It's true. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. I'm used to having an unpopular opinion though. So it's all good.
Well, hey, it's a true opinion at the same time. That's all we expect, right? That wordplay right there, I promise you. So, Waves of the Bay podcast, we're speaking with true R&B soul artists. And yeah, I just want to say thank you again for taking time out of your schedule to speak with me. Make sure you send your music over to us so we can play it on the radio, for real, because that's an
Absolutely.
easy connect right there. But I guess on the way out, I mean, is there anything you want to let the people know?
I want to thank you for inviting me. This is new to me, but it feels great. Yeah, just Naked Truth. Look it up. Keep a lookout for Codependence Memoir coming up in the next month or so. Come out to the Shuffle. Come out to First Chance, Last Chance on Monday nights. The Shuffle on Tuesday nights. We've got a lot of amazing artists in Wave Theory. I just want to thank like my producers, anyone who's worked on this project, and come out and see me, support your girl. If you're looking for something real, I promise I'm always give you total raw unfiltered expression. And I think that's all I have to say. Follow me on Instagram, Music by T.R.U.E.
Give me a quote that you live by.
Quote that I live by.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think it's I don't know if I might not do it justice, but I think it's Maya Angelou. People don't remember what you did; they only remember how you made them feel.
Mm-hmm. There
So
it goes.
I think, yeah.
There it goes. I want to say thank you once again for rocking with me on this episode. World, this is Waves of the Beta podcast, whatever podcast platform you use. Make sure you follow us. YouTube, we have the videos up. Hit the webpage up, tone-capone.com. I spell Capone with a K, so if you spell it with a C, you will not see me. So just make sure you spell it correctly. And we'll catch y'all next week, or next couple weeks, with the episode from there. True, appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Tom. Have a great night.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's Kino Sabi forever. Stand for something. We appreciate the blessing, bro. Let's go.
Ain't trying to bite it, we create it, then we ride it. We know our wave is seismic and you really can't deny it. We just keep on soaring higher. You would swear it's autopilot, then you realize tone and shift and made a living off a fly. We are the wave and it's bigger than the moment. It's a movement that's progressing like the truck stick on opponents. It's time to stake our claim. It's time to bring the pain. We're battle tested, now it's time to show it ain't a game. It's time to make a lane, a different vibe, another wave. We're known for killing, shoot, even help them pick their graves. We're breaking free and chains and running towards the daylight. The victory's in plain sight, we're taking flight to reach heights. These boys is tired of waiting, tired of playing, time to go. This vibe's been percolating, gaining steam to explode. Built in anticipation, maybe time to reload. We paid our dues, now we're coming back to repo. We kicking doors, we ain't got no time for peepholes. We keep evolving for our family and our peoples. Ain't playing fair in this game, we just some cheat codes. We are the wave and our hurricanes on beast mode.
Welcome to Waves of the Bay.